Hello everyone, my name is Shuton Mosololuwa, a DSC student studying the skill of content creation and YouTube blogging. And I'm here with one of the trainers who teaches model making and architecture, and his name is.
Good day, everyone. My name is Architect Abdurrahim Bolaji Tajuddin, the Chief Architect from Physical Planning Unit. I'm one of the trainer handling the course model making in architecture. You are welcome.
Okay, so now we are here to make some interview with him, learning from him, and then we'll be asking him some few questions that's going to help us as undergraduates. So now I'm going to commence with the questions. Now, my first question is: can you briefly introduce the skill you teach and its real world applications, sir?
Yes, model making in architecture. I think we started this some 6, 7 years back during the period of Professor J.K. Udu Shote, the immediate past Dean, Faculty of Engineering Technology. We started with the tiling, and that tiling, when you look at the mosque beside the tech, that praying area beside the text, you are the one that did the tiling work for that mosque. That was the very first major project that we handled that time, and the students really appreciated it. Majority of them they learn how to do the tiling work properly as at that time. Immediately after that time, we also did the interior for the tech. One of the rooms there during the tenure of Professor Adeoye was also a one-time director of tech. That time we handled the interior design, most especially the photographic, all those furniture that you see and the elements in that studio. We handled that one, we arranged it, we added some elements to it to make sure that it gave us a perfect studio. As at that time, many people also come from outside to use that place for photo shoots, and it really worked very nice. Then during the present administration, the period of Omu-Aran, we started the interlocking, because when you look at architecture, it's very broad. You can diversify so many aspects of architecture. So we also pick interlocking because landscaping is also an aspect of architecture. So we pick interlocking and paving stones and caves as the skill that time, or 3 years back. That was what we used for the paving of the road from the PG school junction to Tech. You can see that that road is newly paved. It was one of the skill that we use for that project. So we taught the students how to do the paving stones, the curves, the production process, and even the laying aspect of it. So eventually, that was what gave us that project for that road. And this year, hopefully, we are looking at continuation where it ended at Tech. We are looking at extending it to the paint factory and the fabric production workshop, which we are intending to do for this particular session. Thank you.
Okay, that's nice. Now for this skill, now, sir, why do you believe this skill is important for the graduate students to learn?
Because presently, when you look at white collar job, it's not everybody that can get the white collar job. But if you are already a business owner, you are into a particular skill that is fetching you that money, then you don't need to believe in white collar job any longer. You are already added to the job opportunities in the country, and you're also an entrepreneur. So once you do that, then you have created job opportunity for other people in the country as well.
Okay, sir. Now, what are the basic requirements or prerequisites needed to start learning these skills, sir?
Well, the basic things that you just need to do, there are two parts. You need to understand the material that is required for the production, then the machine, the tools that you equally need for that production. Machine is one thing, material is another thing. So once you have the tool, I think you are good to go to start with the production. And one of the machines that you need there is you need water, but you need a borehole, which is one of the essential, or supply from the mates, from the public. You need shovel, you need mold. Mold is that container that you need to do the
Mixing.
no, even the production. You use shovel and the head pan or wheelbarrow to do the mixing. But the container that gives the shape of that stone itself, so it's what we call mold, and it comes with different sizes and it comes with different patterns and shapes. So once you have those, then I think you are good to go.
Okay, so those are the requirements he has listed.
Yes.
So how long does it typically take for a complete beginner to become proficient?
Well, it doesn't take much time. All you just need to know is the basic. Once you know the basic, then you can develop yourself from the other aspects. Just know the essential things. Once you know the basic, the material that it requires, one of the basic material is cement. You need the granite dust, you need the sharp sand, then the what other thing again? I think those are the basic materials. Then the tools, you need the mallet. That's what you need to do the tapping. Apart from the mallet, you need the wheelbarrow, you need the head pan, then you also need the container itself, because you have to buy the container as well. Then the lubricant, the oil that you use to rub the container so that when you pour the mix, when it's ready,
Stick.
to mix it, be very easy to remove or remove. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Now, are these materials expensive or affordable for the average students?
They are very, very affordable. They are just material that you can see around us. Sharp sand, people sell it everywhere. Granite dust, you can buy it from the quarry sites. The cement from retail or wholesale price, you can get there. Even the material as well, you can equally get them around here in Ilorin, or you can order from Lagos or online that you can get at a reasonable price.
Okay, thank you very much for that, sir. Can this skill be learned fully online or does it require physical practice?
Is both. Online, there are some people that they don't have the knowledge, that they don't have the engineering or science background, and they want to learn these skills, and they even find themselves very fortunate to be learning this skill from management or from art classes. So they need to know some of those things virtually online. Even through some tutorial, they can get access to some of these tutorials, so that when they get to the site physically, those things that they have met or they have taught them online or during the training period will not be new to them when they meet them physically on site. Like virtual picture of some of these materials, you see the pictorial view of all these things that they need to do the production. They have already acquainted themselves with some of those things, so that when they see them physically, it will not be new to them. Just be like, I've seen this before.
Okay, sir. The next question is, what is the structure of your training program? Modules, duration, and milestones?
Well, we follow the normal school regulation, the school calendar. So presently, we're having it between 12 to 2 on Monday. Initially, when we started, because of the transportation problem, we are supposed to be 5 handling the skill. So they splitted the class into 3 now. So we will be having one class will be holding between 2 and 4 on Monday. Another one 4 to 6 on Thursday, then 4 to 6 on Friday. So that's the way they have broken the program and the timetable in such a way that it will be convenient and flexible for the students and even the trainers that will be taking the students as well.
Okay, sir. So, what common challenges do beginners face while learning this skill?
The common challenges the beginner I think they will face while learning this skill is just the normal challenges, because sometimes some students when they come to the class on time, I don't think they will face that serious challenge, but some they won't come to the class on time. It's when the class is getting to the end, that's when they will come with different silly excuses. But I don't think during the school period Any serious challenge, we don't really.
Like no challenges of hard learning, like this thing is not easy
It's
to
very easy to learn because it's practical. They demonstrate it to you. You also practicalize it as well. You also do it yourself. That's one of the grades yardstick that we use to score the students. But if you do it yourself, you know how to go about it, you practicalize it, then you get it right, then you get your mark. It's practical things. It's things that people do every day. So we also learn it as well.
Okay. What practical exercises or projects do you use to reinforce learning?
We have projects around us on campus here that require landscaping, and most of these products they use them for the completion of the project, the landscaping aspect. So they use the stone very well. Even in town, any project, both government, both private, both organization, they make use of this paving stone and interlocking. Because there is no how that government will build a project without putting landscape there, the parking lot, the walkway. There is no how individual will want to complete the project without putting parking space, the walkway, the landscaping, the swimming pool area. All this you connect one unit to the other within the building. It is just paving stones that you use to connect and define even the movement within the compound, both government, both private, or even non-governmental organizations, mosques, churches. They make use of this material extensively for their landscaping and beautification of the surrounding. So
Okay, so there are lots of projects for students to learn quickly and faster.
a lot faster. Even some of the science and the IT, during their IT, most of our projects, when we want to do the finishing, we do landscape, we do decoration, we do the beautification of the surrounding. So they learn a lot from it. Even the one that we just recently completed, the road that links the PG school to tech, is also a demonstration of what we are able to do from the skill. And it's obvious, everybody can see it there.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, how can students build a strong portfolio or proof of competence with this skill?
But there are some skills that when you are on ground, immediately you'll be making certain money from it. But this particular skill, because of the demand, the cost, the high cost of the material and the equipment, so probably it's after the graduation that some students will now pick it upon themselves as a skill. That's when they start seeing the actual benefit of this particular skill that we are talking about. But some of them that are even very fortunate to come from the middle class or the wealthy home, they can as well set them up in that kind of a business. Before even they graduate, they are already a business owner of themselves, and through the patronage from different people outside, they start making money from it as well.
Okay, so another question here is it's kind of related but not exact. What are the typical beginner level earning opportunities available?
Any in terms of what?
Like a beginner level, like for students that are learning now,
Yes.
are there opportunities for them to earn?
To earn what for this particular skill, for now there is nothing like that. But when they graduate, there is a big opportunity for them as far as this skill is concerned, because there is no how that you sell that you won't make profit, and there is no how that you produce on daily basis that you will not get buyer. So it's a very big.
Okay, what if part of the students now, maybe in your projects, then they trying to render services? Are they going to be paid for? Since they are
What we offer here is consultancy services, but if they talk to the contractor handling the project and the contractor engage them to work for them in such kind of scenario, definitely they will be remunerated. They will definitely pay them for the service rendered. not going to be for free. And if they work and they have to receive the payment for it.
Okay, so another question is, can you give examples of successful students who now make money using this skill?
Well, presently, I can only direct you to one person that just recently, one of the contractors, he was a student in the Polytechnic, Kwara State Polytechnic, but he has handled some work here for us in the University of Ilorin. His name is Amur Construction. He's equally handling some major job within and outside Ilorin. That's one that he just recently completed in Ofa. A very big and very fantastic project. When you get there, honestly, you will love it. The landscaping was fantastic, and everybody that passed through that place, all of our road, inside the GRA. So I'm just citing one of the projects that he has handled. He has worked on at College of Earth Sciences. He had handled some multi project there at college. So it's doing very fine.
Okay, sir. The next question is, how much can a dedicated student realistically expect to earn within the first 3 months?
Well, it depends on the production capacity. You cannot specifically fix an amount, but the higher the production, the more the profit. So it's related.
Okay, sir. Another question is, what are the startup costs involved in monetizing this skill?
What you just need are the basic tools and material for the beginner to start with. So once you have the materials like the cement, the granite dust, the sharp sand, then I think the additive, that is the pigment. If you want to produce colors, if you want to produce some stones that have colors, you need that additive pigment. That depends on the kind of color that you want to produce for that length and that pigment. Maybe they want the part of the stone to reflect the part of the paint in the building. They want the kind of good combination between the wall and the surrounding. So as well make use of that for them. Those are the basic things. Then the material. One thing with the material is that you can only buy the material once, then you'll be using it
Over and over
again to do the production. So the initial cost may be a little bit huge. But once you have acquired it, you don't need to buy for the next subsequent production. All what you just need is using it to produce. Except if it is now wear out or faulty, you can repair that one or replace afterly. Like the head fan, once it is no longer serviceable again, you change and you buy another one. But before you get spoiled, you use and use again. So also for other components or parts that you need as tool for the production.
Okay, sir. Another question is, can you break down the cost versus revenue for a beginner setting up their first project, sir?
Well, it is in every business. You know how much you are going to expend on the project, how much you are going to sell. From there, you'll be able to know the cost per production and the profit. But that means that you have to do this market survey around to know how much they are selling per square meter or per unit stone among the people that are selling within your vicinity, so that once you know how much they are selling, from there, even immediately after the production, you definitely know your profit. So that's why it's always advisable that buy in bulk. If you buy in bulk, don't buy in retail. If you buy in bulk, you make a lot of savings for the material and you make a lot of profit after production.
Okay. Yes, sir. Another question is, how profitable is this skill in the Nigeria environment or global market?
It's very, 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 very profitable. Very, very, very encouraging. Very, very, very lucrative. When you look at government projects around now, most especially in Ilorin and some other local governments in Kwara State, you can see that government is doing land innovation of walkway, landscaping, and one. It is these interlocking paving stones that they use, most especially within the Ilorin metropolis. You see some community, some compound, they do interlocking paving stones around now to connect one compound to the next or one community to the other. It is interlocking paving stone and curves that they use majorly for this, and a lot of people are engaged to be doing that. And once you are happen to be among them, I'm sure you will be smiling to the bank. Not only that, the office projects that are even ongoing on around like Namadu Bello now, once the projects are completed, they need to do the landscape, still paving stone and interlocking and caves that they make use to do the finishing for the landscaping, for the beautification. Not only that, individual can engage person to also do the business and you make profit from it once you are engaged. Organization, non-governmental organization as well, the churches, the mosques, they will use this extensively. Even for the relaxation park with the hotels, they make use of it extensively.
Yes.
Extensively. Diamond Park, when you get there, have you been there before? Along Ely Road, you can enter inside, you see that they make use of interlocking paving stones to connect one activity to the other within the premise. Even along the Emirate Mall along airport, when you look
Yes,
at the
yes,
inside,
yes.
you see that it is that interlocking paving stones they use extensively. Just to mention few, a lot you can make use of it a lot different ways.
Okay, as regard this, as this skill now is highly demanded, so we want to know the top industries or sectors where this skill is really demanded.
Construction industry. Apart from government, it is the construction industry that employ labor very much. Apart from government industry, so apart from government, it's construction industry. So there is no how that they will do any construction without making use of this paving stones and interlocking. And construction happens, just as mentioned earlier, government, non-governmental, private, church, mosque, stadium, sport activity, everything. Even the event center, they make use of the paving stones to do the parking and to connect people from one place to the other within the premise. So it's a very good business.
Okay, sir, are there opportunities for students who work remotely or internationally?
There are a lot of opportunities for them now. A lot. When you are in construction industry, a lot of people they can even some of these government projects they can engage. When you do your IT with them, you can be engaged and you make a lot of money. There's a lot of opportunity like even in the engineering when you look at the road that connects that paving stone in front of the security unit admission office, admission office,
Yes.
that road it was done by cyber students from engineering. That means let's say learning up the up that building opposite engineering faculty of engineering, I think was
Yes,
six of
yes,
it.
yes.
You see that it was also one of the work of the engineering students. So there is a lot of opportunity prospect. And during the course of the work sef, you might have that opportunity to even travel far away from this place, most especially when they go for their co-best. A lot of them during the co-best time they have the opportunity to work with big construction company immediately before they even finish the program. When they see the potential in such a student, so they always encourage them and they even like them to work for them remotely as we have said, maybe during the holiday period. When they graduate, they just give them a permanent job opportunity. So it's very complete.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one, sir. Okay, now, how can students market themselves effectively after learning the skill?
That's one of what we are training them for this particular skill because it comes in two parts: vocational education and entrepreneurship education. Vocational education, we taught them the production of the stone production. the material they will require, the laying process, everything they will need for the to produce that stone. Then entrepreneurship is that marketing strategy, things that they need to know when they want to start this as their own personal business. It's not compulsory, it's not a must that they form part of the people that will be carrying cement, mix it, but they can employ people that will be working for them to get the job done, and they will be the one that will be taking the credit, such as those things that they will need: the branding, the marketing strategy, how to even source for this material at a cheaper price, so that when they produce, they can make a reasonable profit in the business. That's what the entrepreneurship skill and education is all about. While the vocational one taught them how to
The
do it,
practical
yes, the
aspect.
practical aspect. While the other one, the business, taught them the business skill, the acumen, things they need to know when they
How
want
to
to,
manage
how to manage it,
Yeah.
how to market it,
How to improve
improve it. You know, there are two different things
Yes.
entirely. One is practical, the other one is theoretical, which is about creativity aspect and the business aspect of it. So that's one of the things that we are teaching them. Even how to source for material. Once you know how to source for material, you will know you have to get the best so as to make a good production. And once you know that, even how to do the market survey is part of the training that we always teach them, so that when you know how to do the market survey, then you know how to sell, and you know how to compete. Even when you are competing with people around, you know how to withstand that competition and how to at least navigate and be a good player in the industry. Even the relationship, how to build relationship, customer trust. Once you have that, when you are able to build a good relationship with your client, I am sure then you have already built a goodwill for yourself, and the goodwill, once you have it, it should be the one that will be selling your product for you.
Okay, sir. The next question is, what mistakes do students often make when trying to monetize this skill?
Monetize how? I'm not clear.
How to earn? Like, what mistakes they do? Like, maybe some flaws that I have seen in students that are meant to have gone far, but they make some mistakes that maybe reduce them from not growing.
Yes. Sometimes some people, they don't believe in things on time. Sometimes some people take things very serious. They will look at it that maybe there is no more business opportunity in it. But when at the end of the day, when they now graduate, they now saw their contemporary doing very fine in the business. Like when this one started, when this scheme started, a lot of students they thought that it was going to be a modeling, a fashion parade. When they had model making in architecture, their thought was the modeling, all those fashion designing, selling. So that was what came to their mind. But when they came, some they initially wanted to opt out. But when they look at that to the first class that we had, and they saw the business opportunity in it, that changed their mindset to make sure that okay, this is what I thought before, but now this is what I think it's going to even be better than what I even thought it was before. So that's the kind of things that I believe that.
Okay. So the next question is, what advice do you give students who wants to scale from small jobs to major projects?
The advice I want to give to the students: don't say you are too big for a small job, because when a big job comes, you will be too small to handle it. Don't belittle anybody. The person that you thought that you cannot make anything from, maybe to be the one that will put you into limelight. Maybe the person that you don't just underrate anybody. That's just advice that I will give. Don't underrate in this business. Don't underestimate anybody.
Okay, so another question is, Is this skill future proof, and how is it evolving in today's economy? Does it guarantee future success?
A lot. There's prospect. That's what I said. There's prospect in this business, in this skill, because people are smiling into bank on it every day, every time, except they are not into production. If there's no how that you will go into production that you will not make more profit. In this business, I've seen about 2 or 3 people recently that they just travel to Hajj and Umrah for Umrah. Even today, I just browse to see one of the guys doing this business, Ojo Ornamental. Is in Saudi Arabia presently. Yes, and it's from this particular. He even travel out of the Africa. I mean, Nigeria. He was in Gambia. He was in Burkina Faso recently because he's into this royal molding and interlocking building tools. And he engaged him seriously.
Wow.
In fact, he said that
That's a wow.
he's even doing it outside the country, and even in the eastern part of the country, the south and the east. You know, they love quality and they cherish people that give them the quality. So they patronize it, and it's doing very fine. Just to mention one, I mean two now, Ojo Amu. So people are doing fine. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that. The next question is: what advanced XYZ aspects of the skill should students aspire to learn? Like this certain thing to learn, like for them they should put their interest to learn in this skill.
That's the basic. Once you learn that basic, how to do the production, just learn from the material required. Once you know the material required, from there you'll be able to know how to add your own value to it. Then, apart from material, the basic tools that you need to know as a starter. Once you know how to do the two things, then to produce stone, one thing, then to now lay it. Once you now know how to go about the laying, because the laying is what brings about that creativity, because we think differently, and if you are able to reason very well, because this work that we are doing itself is more or less like we are creating something. It's an art. It's about creativity. It's about science. It's about technology. So once you're able to combine these three together, honestly, the sky is just the beginning, not even the limit, because you have mastered the artistic aspect of it, you have mastered the science aspect of it, and you have mastered the technology aspect of it. If you can now combine the three together, honestly, then the job is very easy for you.
Okay, sir. How long does it take to reach mastery or expert level competence?
It depends on your ability to learn, the concentration on the job. Within few months, you can learn everything. You can know major things that you will need. Once you know the basic, then you improve yourself with the remaining aspects. But the basic is that production aspect. Once you know how to produce, what to produce, then you should be able to know whom you are going to produce this thing to. So once you know all these things, you produce, they buy, then people that work around you, even your family can learn it while you are still staying together. It's something that you can learn very fast.
Wow.
It's something that you can learn very fast.
Okay, thank you, sir. What additional courses or related skills can complement this one?
Building construction now, engineering, civil, can learn it, electrical, mechanical, estate surveyor, everything, both environmental and engineering, because we all work together. When you are doing the landscape, the road network, they put the external light. So once they are doing that, electrical engineer comes in. The drainage, the septic tank, the soakaway, the parts, mechanical engineer, they comes in. The construction aspect, casting, the civil engineer comes into play. So work together in synergy. We work together as professionals to make sure that we come up with a built environment that people appreciate.
Okay, another question is, what would a simple financial project look like for a student running a small business with this skill?
Simple financial projects, normal projects.
How do the students feel like starting little? Will they be discouraged? Will they be encouraged? Like, how will it look like they feeling that?
There is no how that you produce when you make sales. Definitely, you will be encouraged to reproduce again. It's only when you make production, people do not buy, you will be discouraged. But if you produce and people buy from you, definitely you still want to produce more. And the more you produce, the more profit you get. And the more you produce, the more you start spreading your business, the tentacle of your business. And the more you produce, the more you project your image. If another person buy from you now and is successful, and what he bought from you is okay, another person can ask him, where did you get it? You recommend, I bought from Miss Tura now. Where is her shop? I mean her office. Her office is at so place. Or through your complimentary card, and she gave me this. You also go there, you patronize her. She's going to give you what will satisfy you. So through that, you start to create your brand for yourself, and people start to come to buy from you.
That requires confidence.
Of course, now once you have the confidence that yes, what you are selling, there is quality in it,
Yes.
is authentic, is original. Sure, people will buy, not minding the cost itself. But when they know that when they come to you, they get quality, they get what it's going to satisfy them. Definitely, you'll be the one. You can even beat your chest that anybody that comes go to a particular project, I was the one that supplied to them. But like 20 or 15 years back now, it's still just standing. So if I said to you, you're going to get the same quality. So
Okay, so another question here is that, how can students continuously improve and stay updated in this field?
regular training, retraining, attending seminar, workshop, conferences, meeting people. So from there, you'll be able to learn. When you interact with people, if you are an architect now, you go to conference, you meet with other professionals in the conference, you discuss about built up environment, you learn from them, and you yourself, personal upgrading, improvement of yourself. If you learn one, try as much as possible to know more of things that you are taught. From there, you will be a master of that particular skill. They teach you one, you go extra mile, you learn more. From there, you know more about it. Even when you are exploring things that you don't know, you can even come across them, which is going to be a kind of eye opener. Yes, to advance you in that your skill. You might be going to this direction. When you get there, you discover that you still have a lot of opportunities, branches. By accident, you can, through personal effort, through research work, through connection, be creative, learn things, explore more. From there, you gain more. That's just what I think about that.
Alright, another question here is that, what should students do immediately after completing your training to start earning?
To start earning, after completing, you try as much as possible to set up a business of your own, because once you just learn and you know that yes, there are business opportunities in this skill that I have learned, what you just need to know is that how to start your business as well. Then from there, you can start small, basic. From there, you start to grow up the business. From smaller, you can become a mega.
Okay, sir. So my final question here says, what advice would you give undergraduate students about learning and monetizing this skill?
What the advice I would give to the undergraduate students is quick money syndrome. Don't just believe that everybody must make it at all costs, because along the line you can derail, and once you derail, it can lead to things that person will neglect forever. If you are patient, focused, dedicated in what you are doing, I am sure with time you make it in life. Rome was not built in a day, but with gradual process, Rome is what it is today. Saudi Arabia, Mecca, that everybody was going, started from ancient. When you look at even the picture, you see that it started very small, but today Saudi Arabia is where almost everybody in the world want to go and observe prayer. So I want to advise them that they should take life very easy. It should be hardworking, it should be dedicated, and they should be mindful and be prayerful as well. That with time, all things will be better. That's my advice.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, like we've heard from Mr. Abdurrahim Tajuddin, during the course of this session, we're able to learn that we should try as much as possible to be determined in whatever we are doing, and then we should be unique in every aspect of our production, in every aspect of our skills that we're learning. And then another thing is that we should be consistent. Consistency is very germane. That is, whatever we are doing, we should try to push forward, we should try to push for more. And then we should be creative. We should not just stay idle or stay stunted at where we are. We should try to explore more, to learn more, to know in fact, to do extraordinary works more than what we have been taught. Another thing is to build value and quality. We should make sure that we build our value ourselves. We should try to teach and learn from different forms. Now we have technologies whereby we can build our values ourselves, and then we should try to build our quality also, so that whatever information or whatever product we are selling out, people are taking it as authentic one, and then there will be this trust built in us. Okay, so another thing is to be patient. We need to be patient in our skill. That we should not be in a rush to earn quickly. So we should try to exercise patience even in that skill, in that state that we are. And then competence is also very important, it's very crucial. We should make sure that we are confident in that skill that we have. That we should be confident, we should have this level of capacity that okay, this is what I can do and this is what I can do. Okay, so we've come to the end of this discussion, and all thanks to Mr. Abdurrahim Tajuddin. It's a nice time having you here, sir. We thank you very much, sir.